Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. Hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. Hope you guys are gonna have an amazing weekend. Welcome to another Raid Digest, guys. I'll be very honest. I was expecting to see another teaser today related to the new update, the new clan boss. But instead, we've actually got some news regarding future Hydra changes. This time around on the positive side. Now, to be honest with you guys, I can't really talk too early because we don't have all of the details. They are planning to change something that is extremely annoying, and I'm very curious to hear if you guys think that that is enough. So talking about the new teaser that we actually saw today, guys, we don't know what to expect yet, right? A new clan boss, that's all that we know, basically. The Night Revenants basically unleashed the beast, unleashed the Kraken. So who knows what we might see here. Either way, let's dive straight into the Raid Digest, guys. These offers, by the way, are just getting worse and worse every single freaking day. Well, what is this trash right here? Absolutely horrendous. I'm curious if during Black Friday they will offer some good offers or they won't. Because during Halloween we had nothing. We probably had one offer that was decent. The rest was trash. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's basically saving my money, so I can't really complain about it. Either way, Raid Digest, hello Raiders. While we are in full preparation for something wicked that steers in the Stormwind, we want to address some of the more present concerns, mainly Hydra. Let's start with the good news right away. Change to the Serpent's Will buff spawn. I know you guys are already excited, but don't get too excited. We had a lot of feedback regarding the new version of the Serpent Will buff, especially turns where all 4 heads have protection. Happens very, very often. And champions cannot deal any damage to them. As a solution, we came up with a pretty simple rule that should address this issue directly. There will be no more than 3 Serpent's Will buffs that can be active at the same time. So the turns where no target can be damaged will become impossible. You know what, guys? While I think that 4 are very common, 3 is more common than anything. So I don't really see this as a very positive change. I'll be very honest with you guys. Even in my case, regardless of what team I'm using, right? So let's just take as an example my Nightmare team, right? That's one of the most powerful teams that I have on my account, which is this team right here. It happens very often where I have 3 heads with protected buff. Then the 4th head spawns with that freaking buff, right? With the Serpent's Will. Which means that for a very short period of time, either I don't get to deal any damage, either one of the previous 3 heads will finally take a turn. And I'll only be left with 3 heads with the Serpent Will. Basically what they're doing is still keeping it really the same. It's not going to be a massive change. This change will not really affect the majority of the players. To be honest, it won't really affect 99.99999% of the players, because as likely as it is to get 4 heads with a buff, you will have one of them that will get to take a turn in the meantime, most likely. Now, in some cases, if you're wiping all of them at the same time on lower difficulties, this will help a little bit. The main thing is, as I mentioned from the very beginning, if they will do only 2 heads with the Serpent Will buff at the same time, that will empower Trunda and take her to the next level. So they still don't want to do that. And you know why? Because of Trunda. It's not because of any other champion in the game. There is no other champion in the game that has the power to one-shot heads except Trunda. So even though they are planning to do this change, which personally, I'm not too excited about it, even though it's more on the positive side, on the good side, I just feel like it won't be enough. We're still gonna have the same issue where 3 heads take no damage, AoE champions won't be doing much, hacks won't be doing much, etc. You guys know what I'm saying, because probably you are experiencing it all the time if you're still doing your Hydra. So the turns where no target can be damaged will become impossible. While we don't have a specific date yet, this change should be in the game with the next big update. You know what? I hate this. I hate this freaking thing. Big update. Every patch, everything that needs to be changed is in the next big update. What is the next big update? The next big update will be the new boss, right? That's a big update when it's new content and stuff like this, when they're changing a lot of things. So, should we expect this together with the new boss? That's what I'm understanding from here, right? The next big update, or the next big update after the big update, you know? I hate that they're always using this big update for every little thing that they need to fix in the game. If you have a red dot, after the next big update. When is that going to happen, right? But enough, I'm digressing here. We are also working on some additional changes to simply put, make some of the mechanics more effective against Hydra. What mechanics? Right now we have Provoke, we have block buffs, we have a Perfect Veil, we have Shaman's passive. Those are the main mechanics for the Hydra clan boss. Block buffs is a debuff, but it's part of a mechanic, right? So how can they make any of this more important, right? How they can make them more powerful? To be honest, I can't really imagine it, because if you already have what you need in your Hydra team, they're already very powerful and effective versus the Hydra. The main problem with the Hydra is the Serpent Will buff and the HP limit they have when they're decapitated. On top of it, the next problem is the nerf to all of the ally attack champions, multi-hitters, etc., which overall lost a lot of damage. So at the same time, keep 3 Serpent Wills buffs on. AoE champions suck. At the same time, let's mess up all the multi-hitters and the ally attack champions. So when it's one head, even those ones will suffer, basically, right? So I don't get it, man. Like, I still don't understand why they had to implement the changes that they did. If their main idea was not related to Tranda. In my opinion, all of these changes are in-game because of Tranda, and you cannot change my mind. I'll be honest with you guys. Now, however, they are still testing them, and they cannot provide any more information until they are sure that they will have a positive impact on players, teams, and their performances. So today I was actually talking with my buddy Yang Gaming. Big shout out to him. He does content. I think he has an English channel and Brazilian, right? Very, very good dude. And we were talking about Clan Boss. And the thing is, guys, the Clan Boss used to be the most interesting content in the game. For us as content creators, it used to be the holy god because it used to generate the best views. All of the people were very interested in the Clan Boss. Well, this game mode died. Nobody really cares about it. And that's mainly because of power creep. Mainly because we have tons of different champions that can take you to that one key on Nightmare. Finding different strategies is not as important, as relevant as it used to be. And the majority of the players know exactly what they need to do to get that one key Ultra Nightmare sorted. Yes, it takes time. It takes the right champions, the right gear, etc. But once you do that, there is absolutely no reason for you to try and push your clan boss unless you want to flex with your clanmates. You know, you want to show them, haha, I'm the best in the clan, I can do 100 mil, right? That's pretty much the only reason why somebody will push in a clan boss to improve the team, right? Hydra was very challenging when they released it. Very challenging. I had Krakens telling me, no, the only way you can one key it is by using the cheese with Inquisitor, Shamael, and others. I've proved them wrong in the very first week, actually. Enemy max HP went to the moon. Royal Guard, Husk, they absolutely wrecked the Hydra on Nightmare. And it was very difficult. Having the key champions was more important than ever. Of course, since then, we've got tons of different champions that work wonders in the Hydra clan boss. The addition of the Great Hall, which actually made Hydra easier than before because raw damage dealers have a crazy power versus Hydra. It feels like now they're pretty much trying to do the same thing that they've done to the clan boss, completely kill the game mode because the next one is coming out. And I think the way they decided to change everything in the Hydra is not good because why kill the game mode, right? I feel like Hydra was fun for some players. I actually enjoyed doing some keys every now and then. I actually enjoyed pushing for higher scores. Not every week, but every once in a while, I actually enjoy doing that, especially if I was getting a new champion that was really, really good in the Hydra clan boss. Right now, there are a lot of champions that are Hydra focus. Why do I want to get those champions? I don't want to get them anymore. So I used to be like, oh my god, I cannot wait to get freaking Toshiro. I have a 6-star sword for him. He's going to break Hydra. Wow! I still haven't got him. I don't want to get him anymore. I have the 6-star soul. But I'll be honest, if I would summon a Toshiro as my next mythical, I would be disappointed. And mainly because all of my last few mythicals were all trash. Ashnar, the chicken, and I can't even remember what else I've got, basically, right? So, I would get disappointed to summon Hydra champions now. Even with the champions that I have, Theox, Ieyasu, which by the way right now is on an event on the 10x, I would not like to get more of them for the Hydra clan boss. Theox, I would like more copies to empower him for Arena. Ieyasu, even though he is pretty good for Arena, I'm not really using him in Arena, funny enough. Sounds pretty crazy, right? But I used him in a Hydra. And right now, the game is basically telling all of us, don't get new Hydra champions. Don't make them stronger. Don't get better gear. Don't get blessings, because there's no point. Your damage is still going to be the same. And one of the main things that really proves that, I'm not sure if you guys saw the video before where I did a record with the team that I just showed you before. 760 million, something like that. And I had barely any blessings on my team, and was nothing too crazy compared to other teams that were being used. Then I had one of my clanmates that has one of the craziest accounts in the entire game, +4 champions, 6-star on all of them. He went with the exact same team in Hydra, much better gear. Like, I'm talking about 2,000 more attack on some of the champions, or 50 to 100 extra crit damage on some of his champions. And he outdamaged my record by 20 million. So basically, why would I invest in any other Hydra champions, right? So I'm pretty sure that the new clan boss will be in the same situation. Will be very, very tough at the beginning. Then they're going to bring in a lot of new champions. And then eventually they're going to decide to probably spread over like the Hydra clan boss. So this was more of a disclaimer, guys, to make you aware that things are changing all the freaking time. Now, they want to apologize for the slow updates regarding the Hydra. Changes to the Hydra mode itself were announced a long time ago, and it took us a long time to test and implement everything. Sadly, even after all that time, we still have some rough edges and bugs. We understand your frustration and will do our best to make appropriate changes faster and be as open and clear about what we are going to do as soon as possible, I guess. That's what they are trying to say there. Yes, they took probably almost 1 year to change the Tranda. I feel like if you're dedicating a team to get all that sorted, at least the changes that they've implemented, you could have come with these changes in 1 week. Honestly. But they've tested probably other things as well. But still, to take you 1 year, man, like, I don't know, like, this sounds more of an excuse, you know? Like, you know, when you have that employee or friend who's always saying, oh my god, I'm working so hard, but he's actually accomplishing nothing, right? It almost sounds like that type of an excuse to me, you know? Either way, I'm hoping that whatever other changes they have planned, they will improve the game mode rather than making it even more awful, right? Because at the moment, it's definitely no fun at all. It sucked all of the fun, and nobody really wants to do it. Like, every single Wednesday before the Clash, I'm seeing all of the clans in our brackets with like 50 keys out of 90. 50 keys. So that means that barely half of the players, or half of the keys, are being used. And most likely it's the same for every single one of you guys out there with all of your clans, right? And that shows that, yes, people lost interest. Then, questions about mythical champions. They've recently received a lot of questions regarding Carnage's empowerment. They mentioned that they will bring a new mythical in the game that will empower Carnage. Personally, I think it's much better if they are giving us fragments from the Curse City every month, and then we can empower Carnage like that. But they don't really want to do that, right? So I'm not sure what mythical champion they will bring. Maybe that mythical champion is so good that is just not worth empowering Carnage with him, right? The next question is related to Mythical Soul slots in the Soul Merchant. We cannot buy Mythical Souls. We cannot use a wish list for them. And basically, what they're saying, they are planning to introduce both. However, only after they add more Mythical Champions into the game. Now, at this rate, we are not even on one Mythical Champion a month anymore. Sometimes they're bringing 2, sometimes they're bringing 1, sometimes they're bringing none. Which means that if they have a goal of having 50 Mythical Champions in the game before they are introducing this, we probably have to wait at least 1 more year, guys, which is definitely not good news in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going to bring 20 of them next month and then bang, they say, okay, we have enough. In my opinion, I do think we have enough Mythical Champions to even make boosted summons because I think we have over 20, right? So we have 1, we have 2, 3, 4, then we have 5 right here, 6, 8, 10, right? We have 10 already, 12, 13, 14, 15 with that, 16, 18, 21 mythicals. So we have 21 mythical champions in the game. And it has been over 1 year since they started introducing mythical champions. Definitely not good news if they are aiming to have 50 or so, or maybe even more. The next clan versus clan tournament will feature personal rewards, so all of you filthy degenerate gamblers and krakens, buckle up your seatbelts and get ready to rumble. And if you haven't summoned your fusions, you're ready. Be ready to do it now, or not. Save them for a champ chase tournament. Much, much better. Either way, that was all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you happy to hear that they are working on Hydra? We don't really know what to expect, right? Something good, something bad. I guess we're gonna have to throw the dice and see. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.